Hello and welcome to another game of haha no, just kidding. Just kidding. How'd you go in there for a second though? Uh Hi, Captain Gyro here. Welcome. We've got League of Dracula 2024 kicking off again. A Warhammer product, licensed under license of Games Workshop, not a sponsor. TM, don't sue us. welcome. Let's have some fun. So today we've got AndreZot as Dracula, and he's trying to get away from Wyrmtalon, the shrewd hunter player. Evil presence. Wouldn't it be cool if Dracula was adjacent to somebody, but he's not this time. One of these days he will be. Thank you for watching, everybody who's here. Appreciate having you. Let's have a little fun. And my co-host today is a man who needs no introduction because he isn't here. I don't have one, but I am in voice chat. If anybody cares to hop in, feel free. We'll have a little chat about the game, about cheese, about breakfast, and all that good stuff. Very pleased to hear the stream from Scott Sword, where Scott Sword starts saying, "Oh, I was reading the flavor text on Renewed Vigor," and as soon as he said that, I knew exactly where it was going. I was so pleased that somebody else had finally bothered to read the flavor text and realized that it really is just them waking up, having a good breakfast to start the day. You know, the European continental breakfast, I guess, isn't as nourishing. So every once in a while, they're able to actually rummage up some eggs and bacon, and that's when they can really go after Dracula. And for those watching who might not know this bit of, well, trivia or information, whatever you want to call it, the continental breakfast, I learned that term is of English origin, because when people in England refer to the continent, they're referring to Europe. Pretty obvious to anybody who actually lives over there, but to us ignorant Yankees over here, a lot of us go around saying continental breakfast because that's what you get at a hotel, but not a lot of us really know where it comes from. But that's your tidbit for the day. Meanwhile, got a pretty typical game setting up. What's Mina showing? That's usually what we all like to see. Newspaper reports. Okay. Could be worse. Could be better. You could have drawn that tomorrow, but hey, at least you've got newspaper reports. Dracula knows about it. That's not that big a deal. She also has a crucifix. Okay. Nothing you can do about that. Except maybe shuffle the crucifix around with Godalming, or pretend to be doing that. That way you can unreveal the crucifix at some point. But by doing that, you're going to have to reveal something else to Dracula instead. So, you know, maybe not worth it. Kind of depends. Some people will get a horse and then they'll immediately just reveal the horse. And I'm guilty of that myself. But I tell you, the power of not revealing the horse can also be pretty good sometimes. I wish I could remember the gentleman's name, but I did play a fella one time. I ended up winning, but it was really close. And the whole time I thought to myself, why isn't he using horses? He's taking trains virtually everywhere. And I exploited that. But then sure enough, towards the very end of the game, he starts jumping after me with horses, and I almost lost because of it. Because I didn't know who had them or where they were. It's kind of interesting. You could potentially hold off on them, at least until you actually need to use them. Then maybe that will throw a wrench in Dracula's plans, because hunters can get to an encounter that he didn't think they'd be able to get to, or something like that, right? There's times to maybe not reveal them. Skybreaker, welcome. Yeah, the lumberjack breakfast. That's the way you go. If you're not eating half a pig, it's not really breakfast, is it? Has AndreZot got a win yet? He's trying to get his first one, maybe? Nothing wrong with that. We've all been there. So, from what I understand, by this phase, Howard, Scott, sort of, if you're falling asleep, it's okay. I don't expect you to tell me, but if you care to chime in the chat about how the pairings are working right now, not, I haven't fully kept up. Are they being paired by uh, like skill level at this point? Are they being paired evenly because by the Buchholz measurement? I think at this stage that's what's going on. It's less of a random draw and more of an even matchup, quote unquote. Hey Snuff, thanks for joining. Yeah, you can go into airplane mode, just chill. Yeah, you know how it is. Fury of Dracula streams, just a vibe these days. Even if you miss bits and pieces, that's okay. I listen to them at work myself. Everyone is in groups of 3 now, based on performance in the first 2 phases. Thank you, Snuff. Okay, so we are in a performance-based grouping, so we're hoping to see like some close battles, which is interesting. That's a cool way of organizing the tournament. I can dig that. And as far as games that matter, games that don't quote unquote matter, I don't know about the stakes of any particular game right now. I'm pretty sure both these players are very much still in it if they can get the rest of their games in shape. Possibly not. But that's not really the point. The whole tournament is really essentially just a big excuse to get people together playing the game so we can have some games and enjoy the game. So in that regard, every game is just as enjoyable, whether it's for the world title or whether it's 2 people at the bottom of the table who are just scrabbling for that win. What matters is a good game. That's why we're all here, is we want to see a good game. The stakes are already really just bragging rights. Although, hey, Nomad, you want to send a nice little check the winner's way, nothing wrong with that. But we're all still holding our breath on that one. Yes, Worm and the Geel sandwich issue. Right. Yeah, what a good crew. Everybody just wants to play it square. They don't mind giving up a couple of those wins. And I wouldn't begrudge them wanting to keep those wins either. They got paired up who they got paired up against, and they won their games. For whatever reason, somebody might have dropped out. I mean, it's hardly important. Personal reasons, didn't want to play. It doesn't matter. But not gonna give anybody a hard time about that. But I also wouldn't give anybody a hard time for wanting to keep those wins. So good on them for saying, nah, we'll start fresh and take on Mr. Green instead. Right, you want to win on merit anyway. Nobody wants to think that they got there because they didn't have to face a certain opponent. Bring on the strong ones. Exactly. Yeah, you can only play who's in front of you. Yeah, just bring them on. I'll play them. And anybody can be anybody. Let's be real. I mean, it's not that certain people don't have an edge because of their skill, but you can overcome that or get lucky or just get a favorable deck. Once you hit a certain level of competency, you have a shot against anybody. Yeah. Much as we like to compare the game to chess when it's convenient, there is a certain input randomness that isn't there in chess. And, not to say that luck is going to make the difference, but you never know. It can. You squeak out a win because the deck just wouldn't cooperate for somebody. Yeah. Ooh, wax? No hide. Yeah. Hey, Jordy, welcome aboard. Welcome. Welcome to the crew, lad. Where's this rumor token? I've been yakking. I don't know if we've had a psychic bond yet in Germany. I haven't paid too careful attention. I'm just waiting to see that newspaper reports go off, which should happen tomorrow. Now, what'd be really neat is if tomorrow he draws another newspaper reports, because then he could hit space 3 and also space 5. But that's going to depend on who can actually sit around and supply more and who has to get moving. So what do we think? Dracula's in the east? Is that what we're going to say? Dracula started in Athens? Athens is looking pretty good right now. They got to move 4 spaces to get to Athens with no train available. So let's see Athens. It's Galatz. All right, that's 1, 2, 3. That's also 4 spaces, unless, I mean, you could get to 58, take the train to 53. No. Right, luck is a factor, but when you play lots of games, that luck stabilizes at a certain point. I should know. I had 7 wins in a row, and then I had not 7 losses in a row because I did beat Edward Scissorhands, but close to it. I lost, I think, like 6. And hey, some of them were really close. Really close. But yeah, your luck evens out at a certain point. It's all about trying to nudge games into your favor, and that's where decision making comes into play, right? And you can always have those easy games too, where it's like, oh, the deck, everything just cooperated, right? The deck was nice to me. I got the stuff I needed, and you win. But you gotta take those ones that are really tough and look like a loss and turn them into a win every now and again and clutch those games out, and that's where like skill is displayed. Galatz. Ooh, Dracula be lurking though. He's hanging around. I don't know that I'd have batted. I mean, let them find the bats on their. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if Galatz does mature, it's gonna clear the bats. Galatz, bats. Maybe you go for the bats in case you don't get Galatz, or if you do get Galatz, you want to ambush with bats. But if they're gonna stop Galatz, maybe hold off on the bats. What do you guys think of that? So this, where did he go before Budapest? It was 28. Yeah, so he went to Klausenberg. Interesting. Dracula. Yeah, no, I like it. You start at an extremity and then bolt for the east-west corridor as fast as you can. Right? This is a good move in my playbook because you leave your encounter far behind you. And if they want to go deal with it, they have to go deal with it now. Meanwhile, those hunters who are in your way are now going to be at your back, behind you, chasing these encounters, and you can freely move away from them and create more trail that they're also going to have to chase after. And they'll be delayed behind you. This is where you put down your aristocratics and your saboteurs, maybe even a hoax. So then they try to catch back up with you, and they're dealing with all the trail behind you, and now they're dealing with the trail that you're putting down. They're not going to be able to tackle it all, hopefully. Seward is going to have to come in and close in and deal with the rest of the trail. And by then, you know, you're on your second wolf form already, and you're headed to Spain or the Boot or something like that. Here, let's get a little... You guys want to listen to some tunes? Willie Wolfform, Skyberg. Good question. He didn't this time. He did not, but that'd have been kind of cool. He probably, I bet he went to Prague. But you never... could he have actually gone to Munich? No, he couldn't have, because they were in Munich, and then Mina moved to 58. Yeah. So he would have had to have gone to Prague, or he went to Zagreb because he wants to go back into the east again, which could also be quite powerful. You got it's so tricky that because if you never know, even on just a gut instinct, somebody might just, all right, there goes the aristocratic and the stake. Nice. At least you're not delayed. That's not so bad. But a player might just say, okay, here's CG. You're in Prague. Here's all our heavenly hosts. You're aired. I mean, it's always possible. I don't think it is Munich. I think he went to Prague and then Berlin or Nuremberg, where he hid. Unless I missed something. I think they were in Munich, and Dracula was already one city away from Vienna at that time. He was in 44, right? I suspect. And then Mina ended up going to 58, and that's where Bats was revealed. And she got pushed to Budapest. So right now I suspect Berlin. That's what the old captain thinks. Here's bodyguards in Budapest. Okay, reveal the weapon. Oh, no cards were revealed. Oh no! She'll become delayed. Ooh. Nice. That's good for Drac. Getting that delay at night is huge. The extra 2 damage, not bad either, but... So I'm wrong? Is that what everybody thinks? Everybody thinks he did go to Munich. You guys don't trust me? He went to Prague. The old dog went to Prague. Think about it. Just think about it. Look at his trail. Galatz, Klausenberg, Budapest, Vienna. Is that the move of a Dracula who's going to Munich? No, not at all. That's the move of a Dracula headed north to Prague to try to sneak out the corridor in a tricky way. Could have even misdirected it if he'd been clever about it, but the thing about a move like that is you don't know if it's going to pay off, right? Like, maybe you could misdirect Prague, and then they're like, oh, where did he go? But then they just check Berlin, and they find you there. Or, you know, you're kind of boxed in from Prague. You can't really misdirect too much and get away, unless maybe you hide and then wolf form or something like that. Soil. How are we prepared for this one? I mean, it won't matter too much because Dracula's gonna have to lair this. still, I mean, I guess it'd be okay to get rid of it. It's soil in Klausenberg. You don't really want that. Yeah, could be Strasbourg by now. Yeah. No, it couldn't be, because we've got the Nuremberg check already. Nuremberg's been checked. It's Berlin! I told you he was in Berlin. Knew it. And he even hid there too, so I'm double right. And what do you think this card is, gang? Munich? No. This is Prague. This is Prague right here. Oh yeah. All is laid bare before Wyrmtalon now. Yeah, you know, he should have watched out, because Wyrmtalon had already played the wax cylinders earlier. So, I mean, there's two schools of thought. You might say, oh, well, he would, now I know, so he would never bother, right? But the other school of thought is just like, he's going to use it. He's going to use it again. Maybe not tonight, maybe not tomorrow night, but he's going to use it again. So when I see a wax cylinders, I tend not to hide after that. Now, as Seward, you've revealed the hide. Okay, so Dracula's not going to be able to hide for another, like, 4 or 5 days, right? Does that mean you use the analysis and reveal an encounter? I don't think so. I think you hang on to it, because later in the game, it's going to be nice to reveal that hide again, I think. Or at least threaten to. Because it's early still. Maybe like late in the game and things will be different, but Dracula could work in a second hide somewhere at this point. I think you hang on to wax cylinders if you can. Horses. Excuse me. Okay, yeah. Dealing with the trail, we're getting moving. Now, do you go to Prague, or do you go to Hamburg or Leipzig? Or do you just go straight to Berlin? I say let Godalming or Mina deal with Prague and Berlin. Yeah, go hurt Dracula. Now you're talking. No ambush. Okay, now Van Helsing can get in there. We've got ourselves a little fight. And you've still got Mina and Godalming hanging back to clean up the trail. Yeah. Oh, there's the fog. Oh, no fight tonight, I'm afraid, because just have to wait in suspense. Yeah, Wyrmtalon's a good player. Not too shabby. That fog puts a damper on things, but hey, it's not like you had to use a renewed vigor. There was no big commit there, really. All you did was send 2 hunters to Hamburg and try to beat him up. That's no worries. Yeah, he got the fog, but that's one fog down, and he's gonna have to go to sea now. So if we can get the CG going, yeah, he didn't fog Seward. He waited for Van Helsing. I like that. Seward might well have had the forewarned, and then you'd have to deal with both of them anyway. So why not wait for the old man to come in? Yeah. Well calculated, patient move from Dracula there. I agree. But there's no point in feeding in this fog, because he hasn't been damaged. So it's to sea then. No, No, to Cologne. Oh, clever, Dracula. Clever. Okay. Now, with the two fine gentlemen of academia and science trapped in Hamburg, I won't be able to pursue. Now we sweep up the trail. Maybe send Mina to Berlin if she's got the ticket. This is a good little chase so far. A merry hunt. Starting with holy bullets. We're just supplying because we're stuck in Hamburg. We might as well. Maybe they'll do a little trading. Oh, he's discarding a pistol. Okay. Does that mean he's going with other stuff, or he already has some guns? Because if I'm the old man, I like guns. 2 rifles, 3 holy bullets. There's no holy bullets anymore. Uh-oh. It's a vampire. Oh, he's gonna get away. Feats don't fail me now. Yeah, a wolf form could be okay, but it would still only be a wolf form from 16 or from 30. That's not like super great for Dracula. It's not bad. It could scatter the hunters a bit, is the issue. That's what you kind of want. Like, you could wolf from 16 or from 30 and draw Mina into a fight in like Munich or something like that, and then escape as a bat or kill her. Yeah, he used his stake on that aristocratic back in Galatz, and I don't know if he's supplied since. Well, he's got something, yeah. Right, he used a stake back in Galatz. Yeah. And as a result, you didn't ambush and score a point, but you drew the escape route out of them. So that's not too shabby of an outcome. Getting a card is almost always like the best outcome for Dracula. Like when you're able to rob them of an event card or even an item, things don't get better. So yeah, sure, sometimes what you really need is damage. Or sometimes a delay is really, really good, right? Like, there's exceptions, but generally speaking, the nastiest things that can happen to hunters are when you strength their weapon, when you spy their weapon, when you use vampiric influence and steal an event card, things like that. Now, he's had to use his nighttime action to search the card. Not only did he use his night action, but he also had to expend a card, which is about as much as a day action, right? Because you have to supply to get the card. So that's a hit to hunter efficiency there. And it looks like the card's going to mature anyway unless Mina's going to go deal with it. Or maybe, well, we could see Van Helsing move on to it. Take the train, Van Helsing? Go stake it? No, he's after Dracula's new trail here. It's bats. Alright. I'll play Drac. But he can only keep up these tricks for so long. Fog is out, bats is out. Wolf form's out. Where did he wolf form to? Havre, Paris, Geneva, Zurich. Well, let's divine from what we know, right? So Dracula started in Galatz, and he made his way slowly, like, regardless of the train line and the railroad line, and regardless that they were large cities, he went to Budapest and to Vienna, and then straight to Prague. There's the mature on the reckless. So he didn't give a darn about going through these big cities, about the trains. He went straight to Berlin. He's been to Hamburg. He's been to Cologne. I think he actually wolf-formed maybe to Paris in hopes of getting to Nantes and then Bordeaux. Now that's only a guess. It's equally likely he maybe went to 24, but from 24 he actually doesn't really have that many great options. You see what I mean? Like, what's he gonna? Oh, now he's still in France, having to move slowly, right? He could go to 36, right? Or like, I don't think 24 or 60 are actually that great here, unless you're able to get into a fight and escape as a bat. Then they're great, but otherwise I don't think they're that great. I think maybe Le Havre, yeah, you might be onto something there, Jordy. It could be Le Havre. I think he might have just gone straight to Paris. It depends on how his hand was, because he's expended significant cards. But if he had maybe another Bats, if he had a new Vampire or something like that, if he had a good card to put down in Paris, I think he might have gone to Paris. We're checking around. Okay, I mean, Nuremberg's not a bad check. I suppose that's okay. I'm not really that worried if he went to Nuremberg, though. You know what I mean? It's like we can have Mina go check there, or have Van Helsing go check there, and then we'll know. But maybe I'm wrong, and maybe Wyrmtalon's right. It is better to check there now, so he doesn't go to Munich and slip back into the east. Because that would be pretty annoying. Why wax cylinders here? You really think he wolfed and then hid right after? That'd be kind of wild. I guess he's threatening Dracula. Yeah, I think going to Nantes would be great. Dark Call the last 5 cards and get Fog. Okay, that would be an interesting move, because otherwise he's not going to see those last 5 cards for a while. Maybe he already has the Fog, but yeah, these 5 cards, I mean, he's going to place encounters. So it depends on how much breathing room he has, or thinks he has. I think you don't need to Dark Call here. I think you just keep moving along, because they haven't figured out where you are yet. They might tomorrow, but they might not. And if they don't figure out where you are by tomorrow, then you can just move again. There's the rumor. Pretty typical. Add some pressure, so that even if they do find it, pressure's on them to deal with it now. Where do you guys think he went? I think Le Havre or Paris. I'm kind of still leaning towards Paris. Okay, there's not. But was it Le Havre or Paris? Does my crazy tinfoil hat conspiracy about how to read the Dracula player, is it actually gonna prove true this time? Let's find out. Is he gonna go to Paris? Is Seward gonna go check Paris? Is it gonna be Paris? It's not Paris, not this time. Yeah, he wasn't that cocky about it. He went for the slightly more obvious route, but also just a tad safer. Le Havre. So Jordy calls that one right. Nicely played, sir. And this is why I love to play Hunters as a team. so much fun to try to come up with the correct answer together. Here's a sense of emergency. Personally, I'm almost never a big fan of sense of emergency unless you're jumping on Dracula with it. Or maybe stopping an encounter and you definitely know you need to and you can handle it. But maybe he's gonna do something here. Maybe there's a reason that she's in the same city as Van Helsing right now. I mean, Psychic Bond is no good here because he has to still be in Gallia. It's just gonna tell you what you already know. But maybe they can trade some cards around. But it's just so... I'm almost never a fan of it because now Dracula knows there's one fewer sense of emergency kicking about. And that means hunters who are 3 roads away from him are a lot less scary than they could be, right? If he was 3 roads away from Dr. Seward, and he might be shaking in his boots thinking, what if Seward used a sense of emergency? But now there's a reduced likelihood of that in Dracula's mind. Now, he could have his reasons, okay? I'm not saying the guy doesn't know he could have his reasons, but that's just my general strategy mindset with that card. It's kind of like excellent weather. Once Dracula's seen it, he says to himself, oh, okay, perfect. I'll put a C-zone between you and me. And now I don't have to worry about you. It's sort of a similar mindset. He can just know that he's safe when he's far enough away. Now, Renewed Vigor obviously changes the calculus there, but that's Renewed Vigor. Just got a blood transfusion and a crucifix. They're trading. Okay. What are they trading, though? Because he could have traded events with her no matter what city she was in, so are they trading the items around? Dracula's probably in Bordeaux. Almost certainly in Bordeaux. So tomorrow, he's gonna either push his luck and go to Santander, or he's gonna go to sea. He's got a big decision to make here. I mean, you could even be a little riskier and start trying to slink back into Central Europe. But with the arrangement of the hunters, that could be so risky if you're called out for it. So going to Toulouse or to Clermont-Ferrand could be high risk, potential reward. Because once that wolf form falls off and he's in Zurich or something like that, he's gone. So I don't know. Maybe if wolf form was, say, here, space 5, but it's only a space 4. So it's just so much risk. So I think it's far more likely that Dracula's right here in good old Santander. Okay, now we gotta fight. I wonder what they're playing. So the vampire went, yeah, Bordeaux, and then yeah, probably Spain. But what if he wasn't in Spain? That would be crazy. Yeah, running away. Okay. Yeah, I like that move. Dracula is near. He's very near, and you're the lead most hunter. Preserve yourself while you can, because it's possible Dracula's going to overplay his hand here. He might move to Madrid, he might move to Lisbon, and you're going to want to be in fine shape when that happens. Okay, that's a frustrating move, because now we have certainty that Dracula didn't go to that space, but now you're off the rail line, and Dracula doesn't care about you anymore, because you're a non-threat tomorrow, unless you're going to sense of emergency and renewed vigor, you're just a non-threat at this point. Now the good news is he's about to eliminate Toulouse as well with a psychic bond, excuse me. No, he doesn't have the stake, or if he does, he didn't use it yet. Welcome aboard, Arukamania. Hey, good to see you, my friend. This is a really good game so far. It's been a very deductive one. I've been all over Dracula this game with the help of Jordy, steering me in the right direction a little bit. Yeah, so Dracula, he started in Galatz, he went to Klausenburg, then he went to Budapest and Vienna, then he went to Prague, Berlin, Hamburg, where there would have been a 2-on-1 against Seward and Van Helsing, but he played Fog. And after that he went to Cologne, Wolf formed to Le Havre, which is right here on the trail. From there he went to Nantes, and then he went to Bordeaux. And now he's very likely in Santander. I missed if there was a psychic bond. I may have missed it, but it's very likely he did psychic bond. I don't see why he wouldn't have. And that would have eliminated Toulouse. Santander makes good sense. So now that's what we already suspected. Now, wouldn't it be a lot better if Dr. Seward was already in Bordeaux, and then this turn he could move to 31? And you might say, oh, but if that was the case, maybe Dracula would have already gone to sea by now. But well, that would have been fine too. It'd have been space to threaten. By being here, he just doesn't care about you. You're not an issue. He can happily move to 31 with no worries. We got these mesmerizing the dodge. Ooh, open with the dodge. Hey, at least you can try to escape now, and you might not have a second mesmerize. Not a bad little move. Yeah, get out of there. Sound at 8, though. If he moves on to Dracula's space and Dracula flips over, say, a bodyguards or a wolves or rats, he could be pretty hurt by the time it's time to fight the man himself. Aruk hype. Yeah, when Aruk walks into the chat, everybody gets hyped. Absolutely right. Okay, he didn't go to Saragossa. He's not doing such risky moves, which makes good sense. I mean, with the arrangement of the hunters, yeah, trying to slip back out is just so scary. Better just move along and go to sea and take your licks, so to speak. You've still got this rumor token in Le Havre. Maybe that'll slow him down. If not, you've got these other 2 vampires. Don't overplay your hand moving to Saragossa or to Toulouse on the last turn. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Just move along. Yeah, move. It would be a pretty decent trail right now. Exactly. It could be a lot worse. Now he has to go to sea, right? The 3 hunters are all staged in Iberia like this. Oh, it's a night fight. Oh, with Van Helsing. Oh, this is scary. This is scary, people. They're more powerful at night, Van Helsing. That's their time. Oh no! His unholy strength! Oh no! The vampire snatches the weapon from your hand and snaps it clean in 2. Yeah, no stake. He's doing it the old-fashioned way. Now, does he whip out gun number 2 in hopes of the holy bullet kill right now? Here it is. The rifle. It's garlic. Oh, this isn't good. I never thought I'd say this, but garlic might not be enough here. Ooh. At least he'll clap back. Take that, vampire. But now even a strength kills you. What do you do? What do you do? If you get clawed again, even great strength won't help. Oh. He's trying to find his next weapon. Oh, he's mesmerized. And he doesn't have holy bullets. Or maybe he does, and now he doesn't have a gun. Thank you, Aru. What is he gonna do? Escape! Escape! Oh, it's garlic! He's trying to catch the fangs. I don't blame him. If you catch the fangs there, that's it. You kill it. But it also knows about the garlic already, so that maybe not, you know. He's super mesmerized. The vampire may be struggling for damaging cards. Maybe that's what we're seeing. What we've seen. I suspect as much. Yeah, got lucky this time, Worm. Yeah, that vampire's like, I'll get you next time. Either that, or he just much favors the vampire maturing. I bet he had the fangs, but he knew the garlic was coming. It was probably something like that. He's stuck with fangs. Maybe, yeah, the escape is bad. Obviously, he had the one. He had the something like that. He had to play both the mesmerizes. Yeah, he just couldn't quite seal the deal with the right damaging card. I bet the other clause was still in the deck. Yeah, I bet it was something like that. So he says, "Fine, I'm gonna escape and try to get my points." And Van Helsing's gonna have to fight it now and kill it. If he wants to stop that. What do you do? Do you just give Dracula the points? Ooh, no. He'll have 11 points. That's so dangerous. He'll just win. He'll just win for sure. Right? Like, it's already Monday, week 3. So he's just going to go to sea, sail around for a bit, wolf form. And if you don't kill him at that point, that's basically it, right? He's gonna win. Oh no, and it's another rumor token. Oh, this is getting spicy. And Dracula still didn't go to sea. Do it, Wyrmtalon, kill him. There's no renewed vigor. Oh no, kill him right now. You just go. He's hiding in 31, I bet. I bet he's hiding in 31 right now. Yeah, you should have listened to Captain Gyro. He's already hid twice. He likes him his hide card. I bet he's hiding there. Fog. Mate, you can still get him, mate. Get the other two onto him. Bash him up. Oh no. Oh my goodness. He risked Madrid to get to Alicante. Okay. Yeah, that's not great. That's not great. Oh, he has the stake. What the heck? Trying to save it for the new vampire, eh? Thought, okay, I'm just gonna garlic and gun this one to death. And you know what? It almost worked. Good credit to him. Garlic and gun, you're gonna have some fun. I can respect that because you see that there's two vampires right behind it. Yeah, fog makes sense. Oh, this isn't good. It's not over yet. You've killed the one in Le Havre. I don't know that Van Helsing could take care of the one in Bordeaux so much, but maybe Dr. Seward could still get there. Fix his train tickets tonight. Ship him out to Bordeaux tomorrow if he has the 3 ticket. And if he doesn't, he can fast horse there. Right? Yeah. Okay, so I mean, yeah, it makes good sense to go there because you probably left like a Bats or something in Madrid. You always leave something nasty in Madrid, and then you don't know which port he went to after, right? Which one of these it was. It's a good move. Yeah, he tried on that reckless. Total credit, because if he had, and you have like a day or two to heal up. Or like you've got a night and a day to heal up, and then you go to Bordeaux. Yeah, take the train there. But yeah, no, you just get Dr. Seward there. Van Helsing can heal today and tonight, or no, he's gonna need a weapon. If he can get a lucky find off of somebody, you could get Seward and Van Helsing to double team the one in Bordeaux. Then Godalming supplies for the stake or something like that in Madrid. Okay, or maybe Godalming's gonna go to Bordeaux and deal with it. Or maybe both of them. Maybe you get Seward there today, and tomorrow Godalming moves there by train, and you've got yourself the 2-on-1. He wolf formed. I'm so busy looking at all this stuff. I saw Dracula take damage. I just assumed he went to the sea. Here I am. I didn't even realize. That changes everything. That completely changes everything. But it doesn't. At the same time, it really doesn't. I mean, it's wise of Dracula in a way, because unless he gets CG'd right now, what are they going to do? Ignore all these vampires? Are they really going to do that? Maybe you do. At least the one in Bordeaux. Especially if you have a vampire lair. But what if he lairs Bordeaux? And that's not really great either. I think it kind of all depends on what Dracula does here. But you have to make the decisions now. This is so tricky. Yeah, exactly. He could end up in a 3v1 tomorrow, but it all depends on what the Hunters want to do. Van Helsing only has garlic, exactly. But if he shows up with Heroic Leap, or he shows up with, oh, is it Consecrated Ground Time? He's doing the old, I'm Van Helsing and I'm thinking for a long time. Uh-oh, this could be it. When Van Helsing's thinking for a long time at night. But if he had CG on him and he got in that fight with that reckless vampire, that was so reckless on his part. Oh, man. What's he gonna, is he CG time? Or is he just messing around with AndreZot? He knows AndreZot's sitting there sweating that it's CG time, and so he went to get up and use a bathroom. He's like, I'll be back in a moment. And then he sits back down and he's like, oh, hey, I'm back. Yeah, Bordeaux's on the trail. If you go to 36, you might only end up in like a 2-on-1 though. And Van Helsing only has garlic. I mean, 36 ain't looking that bad. 15 ain't even looking that bad either, because you probably wouldn't even have to fight Van Helsing. You just fight Godalming. Get away as a bat, maybe. You got the health for it. He's still in fine nick. 13 beefy points of Dracula. There it is! Oh, how is he gonna play it? Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Push him back, way back. And 8, Put it on 8. Put it on 8. Put it on 8. No, he's not putting it on 8. No. Oh, I wanted to put it on 8, right, boys? Am I right? Because then he just has to go straight to Godalming. Or to Barcelona with no fog. Haha, we got him. The train runs to Barcelona, gang. The train runs right there. Even Van Helsing could get there with a chartered carriage, should he have one. And Mina could get right there on any train ticket. Seward could get there a little tougher, but it'd still be possible. On a renewed vigor, he could walk to Alicante and excellent weather there. That would be kind of amazing. You think... Who thinks Barcelona is a better target to Holy Host than Bordeaux? I think Bordeaux was the right call. And then Dracula would have had no choice but to go to Barcelona. And then you got him. But now he's gone to Bordeaux instead. So can we get him there just as easily? Or no, he didn't. What did he do? What did he do? What did I miss? This was CG'd, this was CG'd, this was CG'd, and this was CG'd. So it was Bordeaux. Okay. He did Mr. Okay, Mr. X right there. Duh. I missed that. Yeah, Mr. X right there. So now he's there with Vampire. No, yeah, it did get rid of the new Vampire. That is a good point. It's possible Wyrmtalon even said to himself, I'll make it so that Dracula has to misdirect the new Vampire. Haha. That's totally possible. Here's the Fang and the escape. Good thing Godalming got his health under control. I missed some of that, but I guess he's had some night actions unhindered. This is what I was worried about, is Seward is out of position relative to Bordeaux, but I guess he's out of position relative to Barcelona too. I mean, really, come to think of it. So what's really the difference there? Now, is he equipped? If he's equipped, you send him to Santander and kill the Reckless. But I guess... Ooh, I don't know. We didn't want to do that. I would have liked that, because you kill the Reckless and move closer to Dracula all in one move. Oh, and Mina has the lucky find, so Van Helsing won't be able to use that. But at least Mina can get to Bordeaux, but she's going to get attacked by a vampire too. But she and Seward have the same amount of health, but Seward's better equipped. It's a shame you weren't able to get that sense of emergency to Dr. Seward in time. But somebody had to play the consecrated ground, right? And it was Van Helsing. So he can't do everything. Van Helsing can only trade so quickly. Maybe it has to do with the rail tickets that they add. If Mina has a white 3, yeah. It's all about who you want to get there, I suppose. And Seward didn't really have the stuff to get there. I mean, oh, nice crucifix. Suffer the wrath of the Lord. You need Jesus, Mr. Vampire. Yeah, if they try to fight Dracula here, but Seward didn't... She's mesmerized now. Seward didn't bother to move on to the Reckless. He moved on to Saragossa. So something that he's going to have to deal with this, or Dracula's going to get points like it was, too. God Sword. Does that hurt him? Is only for when it's Dracula who gets crucifixed. Oh my goodness. Oh, he gets him again with it! Oh! You need Jesus, mister! Nomine pace et filii spiritus sancti. We are strong in the Lord and the power of his might. Just like stay back. And now Dracula's going to be sitting there going, I can't really fang or mesmerize her until I see the... Well, oh, it's double. Yeah, it's 2 crucifix. So Dracula's just basically going to be limited to clawing and strengthening her. Planned ambush and lucky find going off here. Okay, so Mina's got 4 cards in her hand. What's going on? Okay, there it goes. Discarding one of the crucifixes. And she just revealed a fast horse. Oh. Come on. What's going to happen now? What does Godalming have? I have no clue what Godalming has. Hopefully Dracula knows. I don't have any idea. Dracula just kept... Godalming just kept stumbling into vampires the whole time. He didn't really fight them off or reveal anything, as if I recall correctly. He just ran into him and ran away. Now here he is, face to face with the big man. You gonna punch him? Oh, it's a rifle. Does that mean he has holy bullets? He's mesmerized now. Weapons will deal less damage. Here's the stabby stabby. He had the planned ambush. Proper play would dictate you not reveal that knife, mister. Because if you're about to flip over a heavenly host or something, now Dracula knows about both. Yeah, see, now Dracula knows about both. That's what you don't want to do. You throw a dodge out for planned ambush. But it happens. I mean, it happens. Sometimes I forget I played a planned ambush altogether. And then all of a sudden, oh, wait, right. He did planned ambush. Totally forgot about that. So, no harm, no foul there. That happens all the time. You're right, though, Scott Sword. It's always fun to say. Okay, round 2. So Dracula took 4 from the host, but he also knows about the knife. Okay, so he's probably going to get knifed here. But what happens with Godalming? Is it another gun? No, he dodges the claws. Is Dracula going to get knifed? Oh, it's just a dodge. Uh-oh. May have missed an opportunity, put Dracula in a bad spot. But he's thinking ahead maybe to the escape as bat? No, because Dracula can't escape as a bat until round 4. So he's got to do something this round too. Punch him? Oh no! Oh no! That needed to be last round, unfortunately. Oh, Aggie will punish him for that at least. Knife him. Knife him down. Now what? Is he going to escape as a bat? Or is he... I think it would be wise of him to escape as a bat right now. You know all of Mina's cards. You know to certainty what she has, so you can do it. She can escape. Yeah, wise to escape there. Yeah, very wise. Because even if you get mesmerized, well, you can play the knife next round. Yeah, plotting. I mean, it's possible. We never know what Dracula's hand is. It's possible his hand was kind of forced. But not what you want to have to play there is Dracula, likely. Because you gotta figure she's alone now. She wants to just escape. Either that or you're gonna get knifed for it. I don't know. Maybe you do plot, you get the strength. Maybe he was plotting for the escape as bats, but he didn't have that. Yeah, this is a heck of a game. Heck of a game. So now what, Drac? Gotta go to C, right? Go to 39 and you're cooked. Santander's got your vampire buddy on it. You can't misdirect that. And if you go to 15, I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe Dr. Seward just goes there, though, and that'd be a big problem because you gotta fight Seward and Mina. And Mina's still got the knife. Still got that wretched blade. Vamp Mature wins the game here. Good point. Did Dracula get an influence point for biting Godalming? I think you do in that context. I forget. Proper bite. Oh. Since he was mesmerized first and then fangs went off, he's just bitten before any of the Heavenly Host text becomes relevant. If I'm reading that right. Before any of the text on the Heavenly Host card kicks in, he's simply bitten because of mesmerized bite, mesmerized fang. And now this madman has gone to his lair in Nantes. And there's a saboteur there. He's crazy. He's gone mad with power. No, he knows. He knows that at 6 health he would go to C and be down to 4. And then what? Go to Mediterranean in wolf form? With all of them right there? No, you'd go to England, right? You get up and you go to England. And then it's at that point they would have to put together some wacky combo to catch you, right? I think that's the move. Because you'd be down to 4 health, sure, but then you could just land in Galway. And then you go to Dublin. And then you feed. And then you go Irish. They'd have to catch you quick. It was a fog! How? How did he do that? He got something in the reshuffle. Yeah. It was well played because he had 2 of them discarded, and 2 of them were in the discard pile before the reshuffle kicked in. So the reshuffle, favored him a bit to at least see one of them. And then by continuing to make so many land moves, as you notice, he hasn't yet to go to C during the game. By continuing to make so many land moves, he's had very functional counter economy, so he's been able to clear that deck and get the fog back. Yeah, well played to him. Well played to him indeed. Punch. Strength. So... this is problematic, I admit. I admit this is a bit of a problem for the hunters. But things look darkest just before the dawn. This is where, the real thugs step it up and make the clutch play. Not having the forewarned there, bit unfortunate, but it's not over. There's still combinations you could put together that could result in killing Dracula. Ooh, nice dodge. Oh, they got his shirt, not the buttons. Dr. Seward, my waistcoat. Curse you. Punch him. Oh no. Yeah. Smart play on both sides. times to try men's souls. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. This is when you gotta give it your all. Believe in the heart of the cards. Does he have Heavenly Host? Likely does. I mean, was it revealed by CG? I think it was revealed by CG. I mean, good. Godalming got bitten in that fight against Dracula, right? But it was good on Wyrmtalon to suspect such a trick, right? Like, he had revealed the Heavenly Hosts because he played CG. So he's thinking, Dracula knows that I have Heavenly Hosts. I need to wait and bait out the Fang before he does it. Like, if I just Heavenly Hosts, he's gonna Fang me. He's gonna see it coming. So he's trying to bait it out. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him this time. The right move was to just let it fly. And I've been there myself. I lost the game against Met King. If I had just let Mina Harker throw that Heavenly Host, I would have won. But didn't do it. And now we got the Vampire Mature. Unfortunate that wasn't dealt with in time. But yeah, well played to Drac. You put down a bunch of vampires at the end there. Put down a bunch of vamps, made things tough for the hunters. It was really difficult because it was such a split between going after the trail or going after Dracula. Dracula was frequently in a state of seeming vulnerability, but the trail was also applying frequent pressure the entire time. So it put Wyrmtalon in this really precarious space of decision making where he couldn't actually give up on the trail too much because Dracula just went on points. Yeah, I never got forewarned either, unfortunately, after 3 fogs. Yeah, you would have hoped that third one, by then he would have had it. But it was difficult. It was difficult to get the necessary supplying done because of the pressure of the trail. The rumor tokens and the fighting vampires were used very efficiently. And without proper stakeage and Van Helsing getting really beaten up, it was tough to capitalize on that and catch Dracula in Bordeaux. But yeah, it was a good game. It was a really good effort. You got the 2-on-1 in Bordeaux. If that had just gone a little differently, it might have been different. But good on him moving to the lair as well, putting down the fog. Yeah, good stuff. Really, really exciting game. Yeah, thank you for joining, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be around for the next one next time. Till then, I'm Captain Gyro, and I'll be signing off this evening. Everybody, have a great night, and we'll see you next time.